Hey there. Do you feel like your self-confidence is slipping away from you? Self-confidence is one of those strange things that I'm sure you've all experienced at some point in your life. But as we expose ourselves and make those decisions to focus our energies and attention elsewhere, we lose that connection to self. And today I'm going to give you 3 things to focus on to effortlessly bring self-confidence back into your life, back into you as an individual. I'll talk about self-confidence because I can absolutely relate to not feeling like I had it at some point in my life. And it will always be right at the bottom, something that just murmurs, that sends doubt and questions what I'm doing. But it's something that you learn to navigate around because the signals it sends up to your brain are there to provide protection and safety for you. You see, the mind is wired in a way to keep you safe, even though that safety might not be where you are right now. What do I mean by safety? I mean, it helps you stay away from threat, from danger. And that doesn't have to be one of those awful, nasty dangers or threats out there on the streets. It can just mean that you are focused, your attention is focused on taking care and providing for those around you that you love and care for the most. But whilst doing that and providing safety for others, you lose the connection to your own self-confidence. See, over the years, self-confidence has been an inner, hidden issue for me personally. Suppressing that feeling with a mask of everything's okay. And if I was to ask the friends around me growing up, they would say, and they have said, you were self-confident. You came across as having confidence because I applied myself into situations I knew I could cope with. And I shielded myself from the situations and experiences I felt fearful of. Like this, standing in front, sharing my message, talking on a platform like this would have been something that brought shivers to my body. So what is it about self-confidence? Why does it drift away? There are a whole host of reasons why it drifts away, and I alluded to one of them. One of them is the fact that we spend so much time and energy creating the lifestyle for those people we love the most. If you were to ask your friends, what would they say about you? Would they say, he's all right, she's all right, she's got a great job, she's got a lovely house, she's got a great partner, she's got a lovely family, they go on holiday, they seem like the perfect family? And that's because you've created that exterior image of who you guys are. And that's fantastic. But ultimately what it does is it leaves you a little bit exposed emotionally in here, internally. Because with all that energy focused on elsewhere, you lose the connection to yourself. And it feels hard to get back to that as the weeks and months and years go by, because it becomes your norm. But you quickly realize that you want some of that back. Maybe because the children are growing up. It may be because you recognize that your relationship with your partner isn't where it used to be. The passion is dwindling. The connection you had when you first got together, that spark isn't quite there anymore. But people tell themselves a story that is a natural progression. That's what happens in a relationship or in a marriage. It doesn't have to be. That connection you make to your partner comes from your inner confidence much of the time. And it empowers you to communicate on a physical and emotional and a spiritual level much better with your partner. So when we allow ourselves some time to reflect and think about, what is this narrative that I'm conjuring up in my head, and where does it come from? And is it really serving me? When you ask yourself those questions, you begin to be able to unpick and unravel that you may have drifted somewhat away from who you feel you are. And the loss of some self-confidence and self-esteem comes with that drift. It's all about how you can bring yourself back in line to who you believe you are as an individual, as a strong person, with energy and drive and passion and motivation. To do all those things you may feel you've sacrificed to create that warm, safe, caring environment for those you love the most. So here's my 3 things to focus on in order to bring back self-confidence to you. It's not about being perfect. It's not about doing everything exactly the way it should be all of the time, every single day, because it creates fatigue, physical and emotional fatigue in yourself. This comes when you're following a diet plan, an exercise plan, a routine, completing all of the to-dos you have on your to-do list. You don't have to be perfect in completing the everyday tasks, because none of us are perfect. No one is perfect, and people accept you more when they see your imperfections and you are confidently sharing who you are authentically with those around you. We've all got flaws. We're all fallible. But it's being open enough with yourself initially that reflects that in the people around you, because it's relatable to other people. People relate to that message that you give off. So your energy becomes stronger. Your communication with others becomes stronger. Relationships improve in terms of the satisfaction it gives to both parties. Number 2, understanding that your body requires slightly different foods to boost hormones. Increasing confidence comes from what's going on within, because it manifests itself in what we think, then how we act and how we behave, and then the actions or the results that we see. Getting older, advancing in years, is fantastic, because you've got all of this knowledge, all of this experience, and you still have the energy, passion, and desire to set new goals. So combining that experience, that passion and drive together creates amazing outcomes and results for you when you do it. It comes from the foods you eat, which means eating the correct food groups to boost sex hormones, to boost your metabolism, to improve your wellness, vitality, energy, sleep, induce calmness, creates a connection to the inner you, because that manifests in positivity up here, and it manifests in that increase in communications with other people. And you create an inner confidence and self-esteem you didn't have before. So on the surface, it may feel like that diet plan is going to fix everything. 9 times out of 10, that diet plan doesn't fix the inner turmoil that's going on physically and emotionally. But again, it reflects back to number 1. It's okay not to be perfect. You don't need the perfect time to change. Quite often I speak to my clients and prospective clients and they say, I just haven't got time right now. Maybe in 6 months' time, I can see that there's going to be an opportunity for me. So I'll try then. What happens in 6 months' time is that window of opportunity is now closed, because as you are in your present time today, you've filled your time with daily to-dos. And that's going to be no different in 6 months' time. You don't need to be able to reduce your responsibility levels. You don't need to have to wait until the children have grown up to have your time. Because the changes we make on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, can happen at any time of the day, week, month, or year. And take no time at all. They don't impact on your day. It's an understanding of how you connect back with yourself. The self you most likely felt in your 20s and into your 30s. That self. But we don't think about self-confidence and self-esteem when we have it. We only think about self-confidence and self-esteem when we believe it's drifting away from us. And we want it back. We want it back again because it makes us feel good. It's perfectly okay to have that self-confidence for yourself and pursue something that gives you that inner freedom, emotionally, physically, back again. No one's going to deny you of that. No one's going to look at you and judge you for wanting to feel better about yourself. So you don't need the perfect time window of opportunity. Small changes, understanding how you can implement them on a regular basis to create big results for you and impact your relationships, your family, your career, and your future health and well-being. Boosting your self-esteem and self-confidence. I know this is absolutely possible because I've created that for myself. And now I share it with the people I work with. The step-by-step guide to increasing self-confidence and self-esteem in order for you to feel more like your true self. The person you'd love to be. The person you have been before isn't slipping away. It's there. It's time to bring that vision of yourself back into play. 3 simple things to focus on. It's okay not to be perfect. Knowing your body needs slightly different foods to boost your hormones, to make you feel more self-confident, to raise your self-esteem, to give you those results that you want. And number 3, you don't need the perfect window of opportunity for change. Let me know what you think about these 3 areas. If you're struggling with any of those things, I'd love to hear. I'll get back to each comment personally, and maybe we can move on with your journey. If you want to know more, check out some other videos I have on this channel. And also below, there's the opportunity to schedule a free call with me to dive a little bit deeper into what's holding you back. What are your barriers? You can overcome them. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out this video. I look forward to speaking to you and sharing more with you very soon. Bye-bye.